We are late.
Maybe they are expecting.
Very late.
Oh, we're late. 15 minutes late. And we're live. We are late because I was running and I was sweaty. But I didn't want to work out today. I got goaded into working out. I'm just wrecked from Fittest to the Coast. And then we're not supposed to talk about it, but we've been doing EMOM Tuesday where you don't talk about EMOM. Dude, Instagram is crazy real quick. Because I get on here because I was going to pull up Tristan's thing about how I got goaded into training today.
Yeah.
Because I felt so wrecked from both those things. That felt good, dude. I had a good Fittest to the Coast final qualifier. Finished where I started. We're not going to qualify, dude. We fucking suck. Primarily me, which is fine. I'm good with it. But I had a great showing on the 225 barbell, and it shows that my training, even though I like tore my hamstring off the bone, basically, and have now recovered from that and been doing some of the training. And like one of my big limiters is like barbell battery due to a few things. Like one, not having enough accommodation to certain barbells, not lifting it heavy enough, often enough, because I'm not very like a strong human. I'm okay. Whereas like Cody is a strong human. Heather is a strong human. Like they look at a barbell and get strong. And I'm not a very enduring human. Like I'm more fast and explosive than I am like absolutely strong mechanical tension strength. Like,
yeah,
You're
that's
why
skilled.
Yeah, that too. That's why like I tore my hamstring because I'm at fucking almost 40 years old. I'm still quick as lightning. Like even though Nate, if he's watching, let's say, bro, you can't deny I'm faster than you. You can't. I know you'd hate it. The reason why he fights is because he knows deep down he's like, I hate this.
He's always been the fast guy, and so he doesn't like that you've come in and taken it.
Yeah, but he's much better at a lot of things than I am. So there's that. And he whooped me in the first portion. And that technically, well, no, we did different things, so it doesn't matter in the second portion of the second week of Fittest to the Coast. But he still whooped me, dude. Or was that the third week? The shuttle runs,
no,
squats.
The second week.
The second week.
Whatever. He whooped me. Okay, so there's that, dude. Like whatever. Anyways, yeah. So did a really good job. Marissa's worked on my battery and my under layer of aerobic repeatability and recoverability, and we've been just working on it. So I felt good about that. It was nice. My elbows could have got through a little bit better. Could have kept my hips back more, but it was good. Very, very good event for me to practice what I've been training.
Yeah. Well, to training today, you didn't want to train and you were motivated because why?
Yeah, because Tristan, I don't know why. And then he puts like the shush emoji. I was thinking about this the other day a little bit. And like, I'm sure everybody, like you put something on the internet. And I think about this. Like,
call it a secret.
You can. He called it a secret. But like everyone who listens to this, like you put something on the internet, dude, it's fair game. That's how I feel in this life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, good, bad, or indifferent, criticize, talk shit, positivity. I think like you put it up there, you're intending to create conversation at the bare minimum.
Sure.
So like if you put anything up, just expect it to get talked about. Just FYI. Like, and I know I don't want to be paranoid about things, but like some days I'm like, man, I hope someone's talking about me. And other days I'm like, I put that up and I wonder how that's going to go. No, but Tristan put up, he's like CrossFit and such. Still do some training myself from time to time. At this point, I'm just trying to beat Coach Todd Wise in quarterfinals. And then he puts like the shush emoji. And I'm like, bro, you tapped me. So anyways, I see that like right as I'm just like, oh man, I feel like
he grabs his belt and he's like, I'm training, I'm ready.
I need to squat right now.
Yeah, and he's been like dilly-dallying for 30 minutes. Fired up.
Yeah, I would say more like I wasn't like, yes, I was dilly-dallying. I was helping some people in the gym and talking to Meg about her classes she coached and giving feedback. And I can always find opportunity to like coach somebody else and like give feedback to another coach. And the days when I don't want to train, I will do that more than I already do. Mm-hmm. And I was like doing it. I was like, fuck this. And I was like, I was just thinking about how I need to squat like twice a week. And like Marissa had squats in. So I was like, all right, this is perfect. And then I failed some squats and they were weak loads. So it's cool though. I really thoroughly enjoy I don't know.
Maybe you're still a little fried from.
Oh, for sure. I don't
Monday.
even care. I was thinking about this because like Christina McCracken was in here, and like training in a gym is so, especially a gym where like you are coaching or and preaching like development all the time. And you know, I know like people like, oh yeah, cool. Like Harley talked about how the member said, oh, it's great for you to taste your own medicine. And it's like, bro, he's been trained. Like, come on, that was a weird comment.
They don't know.
They don't know. Look at his body. Those muscles don't build
Well, sure.
themselves.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I guess
God.
it's coming from a.
It's coming from a joking
Like
place, and we already covered it. We already covered why that member said it and everything else. But and it's cool, and like it's funny that they said that, and like hopefully he can circle back and be like, look, man, like because I was saying the other day to a class how like one-on-one is, and I said it to the Imam Club, one-on-one is like the pinnacle. Like the answer of yesterday, like we had the Imam Club, and I'm showing two heart rate, you know, two biological data points of responses to the same session. And you're looking at it and you're like, dude, these two individuals got two different stimulus, two different doses, and two different recoverable things like volume or recover of the body that they need to recover from, damage to the body that they got to recover from. I'm trying to make it layman's terms. I don't want, like, sometimes I go too deep into stuff. And it's just crazy how you look at that imam and you're like, these two people walked out the door from that session with something different. And I told them how the imams I'm writing selfishly are for me, and I'm allowing other people to do it because also selfishly I want to do it with other people, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have the opportunity to have banter, go back and forth, like, and keep my heart rate down, focus on something else rather than the fact that we're doing mixed modal training for 40 minutes and accumulating volume. And then the benefit too of Cody, like yesterday it was 5-minute pieces, so we're only doing 8 sets. And then Cody, before we started, was like, oh, put it to 50 minutes because that's 10 sets. And I was like, okay. And then we got close and I was just suffering, dude. Suffering. And I was like, well, I feel pretty good. Like we did the 8 sets. I did 40 ring muscle ups. That's very good for me. And he's like, come on, we're going to do 10. And like halfway through the first minute, I'm like, ah, fuck. So I get on, I start going with him. And I was like, dude, you're bringing out like old Todd, doing shit I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But like doing it because I want to get, because I'm like, oh, I'm here. Might as well do it.
Right.
But like having that, you know, having people around, that's like class too. Like the same why people are so consistent with training. And it was motivating me to do that. And I ended up doing 50 ring muscle ups. But yeah, same thing. Like Christina McCracken's out here and I'm squatting and I'm trying to get strong. And she's, you know, trying to get strong. She's not normally a strong human in general. She's more enduring than she is strong. And I think about that like sometimes, and it helps motivate me. Like even if you watch the Andrew Hiller, Jason Hopper workout, he like wanted to quit in the middle of that workout and it was like, oh, I knew this was going on the internet. So I kept going. And it's like, well, man, crazy. Would he have quit if Hiller wasn't there? And it's okay to quit workouts. I'm not saying it's not okay. That's totally fine. I'm just highlighting like he was motivated because 20,000 people or more are going to see this video. And I was motivated to like get it done because Tristan talked shit and I got some video that I'm going to edit, put up on Instagram. Dude. And then also too, Christina's over there and I'm like trying hard and like failed one of the squats. And I'm just like, dude, you just like you can't not lead by example.
Yeah.
And to round it back, it's like, I don't think you always have to do class to lead by example. Like you can do one-on-one training, you can have private lessons, you can do some CrossFit, coach CrossFit, and maybe like you're a High Rocks champion, or my new favorite one, because Barbell Spin posted about the burn games.
Yeah.
And I reposted it because I was like, man, that's crazy. More so I reposted it because I was like, in line with what Barbell Spin is talking about and what I've talked about for a long time, and everybody does. CrossFit is the best training methodology. It is the best. It is the way you get fast, strong, fit. You're the hybrid athlete. It's the original hybrid training, dude.
Yeah.
I always talk shit about people before like Burn Boot Camp was doing that. Also, LA Lifetime Fitness.
Yeah,
Lifetime
I saw theirs.
What is it called? They just had it. Marissa sent it to me.
The LT games?
Yeah, the Lifetime Fitness games or whatever. And like what's her name
That's
is
so
out there.
Wild.
Yeah, because it's sick, dude. It's sick to do CrossFit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I told Marissa, she sent it over to me, and I was like, oh, so just name it something
I was
else.
just gonna say, just call it something different.
Yeah, let's call it something else.
Better.
And it's so challenging, and we're tough, dude. And then we're gonna make you do snatches and burpees.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Surprise.
What makes
surprise,
you feel better?
surprise, burpee, flexion burpees, small balls, and snatches. What's the girl, the High Rocks girl? She's really good. Lauren. No, not Lauren. What's her name?
Yeah.
She's the.
It's Lauren. Lauren something.
Yeah, what's her last name?
The blonde chick?
No. She's a CrossFitter as well. Well, for many years she was a CrossFitter, and like would be like 150th like in the region. Lauren Weeks. It is Lauren Weeks.
Oh.
And she like couldn't. I don't want to say couldn't do it, because being good at CrossFit does take a lot of time, some genetics, a big skill set. Not everyone is going to ever be able to compete at that level. If you have like Lauren Weeks, for example, if it was the dumbbell year, 2017, dude, she would have, regionals all day, right?
Yeah.
But then you bring in, and we talked about that with some athletes recently about like fittest of the coast. There was no quote unquote heavy barbell. There was no lift. The heavy barbell was a high number of deadlifts paired with 25 wall walks, 36 wall walks, depending on your division, and cleans, battery work, all battery work that's backed up by strength. But typically, even someone like Haley Adams, who notoriously is not strong, has gotten stronger, a lot stronger, can move 90% of her 1RM.
Yeah.
Paige, one of my athletes, is the same way. Marissa, my wife, was the same way. So like all they needed was a qualifier that didn't ask for 1RM clean or 1RM snatch, and then they'd qualify. And any time that didn't happen, and that's like the body type too, not body type, the biology of the person. I guess you could say body type as like a reductionist thing, because like whether you're more type 1 fibered or type 2 fibered. And so it's pretty interesting to like look at all of that and be like, Harley said this about him going to semifinals. It's like, I did all the training. It was the right workouts, right place, right time, lined up with my skill set. And I think that's what I mean by like, not everyone's going to like make it. You might have to just like keep training and waiting, for your turn.
Yeah.
And it will be your turn.
Yeah.
It will come,
I feel like a lot of these competitions are just getting away from the heavy barbell, because I feel like it's been such a stigma for so long, where people are like, oh, it skews it too much.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it does though. It does.
It does. But also
we have
like,
a ton of data,
but then you go to like these little fitty fit workouts, like the first workout of the open the last 2 years. And it's like, well, you can have people who aren't very skilled in CrossFit and can do things and just out here smashing people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's it's cool to see. I get fucking frustrated because just like, you don't even have to call it CrossFit, but like the CrossFitters doing it, because there were CrossFitters out there at the burn stuff. There's CrossFitters at the Lifetime one. There's CrossFitters, obviously. Well, the CrossFitters can't hide because High Rocks calls them out and is like, the CrossFitter. So the organization itself is like, Tia, the best CrossFitter, James Newberry, the best CrossFitter. We got all these CrossFitters. Like in 2018, when Invictus went and like swept all the podiums at like one of the first High Rockses in San Diego, they were like, the CrossFit gym Invictus comes out in storm. And like, so they're, promoting it, which is cool. Like you legitimately, and we have a bunch of people in here, and I write the High Rocks training for our High Rocks people. And we've had, we still have the dispute going on with Cody and Luca's time on their chip timer, which also makes me see how rink-a-dink High Rocks is, but everything's rink-a-dink. Let's just paint that picture. Everyone's fucking trying. CrossFit's trying. It's rink-a-dink.
Yeah.
The burn, the Lifetime thing, it's all fucking rink-a-dink. You know what I mean? What we're doing is rink-a-dink. We're just rink-a-dink out here. I like that word, by the way. Anyways, I don't know why they haven't changed it. I know why. It's because they would have got second place, and that's a problem. And then like I think they're gonna probably drag their feet because like, oh, you gotta stand on the podium. They didn't get to stand on the podium. That's kind of a problem for them. And it's two unnamed, no name people coming up and smashing people's times and doing it in an hour in the pro pairs, men and stuff. And whatever, they'll figure it out or they won't. We're talking to them. They're people. And at this point, it's so far removed. We don't even care.
Yeah.
Because we were out there. We saw them do it. They did it. It's sick. But at the end of the day, like all that stuff is sick to do. I wish people would not hate on CrossFit and just acknowledge like Yeah, dude. Because even who was it recently with weight? Oh, Maddie Rogers. Her
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
documentary.
haven't
That's really
watched that yet. I need to watch
it's
that.
long. It's really good.
Yeah.
But she, acknowledges
Where she started.
well, she just and they do a lot of CrossFit. They talk about
Yeah.
CrossFit and they talk about the growth in weightlifting, especially female weightlifting because of CrossFit.
Mhm.
Like she gives the flowers to CrossFit where it's due.
Mhm.
And I get pissed when people don't, because it's like, you would have not been here. Like you can't change reality and what happened. Like if we all had a time machine and you want to go back in time and be like,
Right.
I'm going to be self-made and I'm going to do this high rocks without cross. It's like, even the high rocks guys who own CrossFit have been on multiple money podcasts and talk about how they got the idea from CrossFit and wanted to make a venture that would make a ton of money. So they looked at marathon, but it wasn't marathon running, and had functional fitness, CrossFit.
Mhm.
And one of the owners owned a CrossFit gym. So it's like,
I didn't
come
know
on.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know that either.
Oh man.
He like co-owned it, but it's still, and he did CrossFit. And, now in their marketing, they don't talk about it. I could post the podcast that they're in where they talk about it. So they're giving some credit, and I don't think they need to do that all the time. I think it's more just like all the other people, like all of us. It's
Mhm.
okay to
Yeah.
say CrossFit made me so effing fit that I'm smashing this. And I did have to specialize in my 1K runs to be good at high rocks. I did have to specialize in some of the sled pushing or pulling because I was bad at that. I did have to specialize in, I don't even know what you would have to specialize in burn boot camp because they did CrossFit movements, but then or the lifetime thing, or aerobic capacity, I guess. I had to specialize in my muscle endurance and aerobic capacity to do well at those two other modalities, and Spartan racing or whatever else. And but the base of most of these people, and that's why I brought up Lauren Weeks, because she did so well in that and in high rocks, and she was a decently good CrossFitter. She just couldn't break through because she can't clean and jerk 205 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
And some people might not have the aerobic endurance to do XYZ, or they might not have the gymnastics capacity to do whatever, but they're still very good. I just get annoyed, just not just being like, yeah, dude, CrossFit's sick. And it's
Well, it's interesting how all of these competitions are acknowledging, like, oh, the CrossFitter this person, the CrossFitter that person.
not all of
and
them,
they're
just
well,
high rocks.
okay, well, okay, and high
I can't
rocks.
say
Well,
that yet about Burn or the Lifetime one currently. What's the other one that just came up? Mike Hughes, if you're in there, you sent me one. But there's also like CrossFitters doing it. And the Tough Games with Hunter McIntyre recently, just this last weekend. You got Emily and Brittany Weiss, I think, was out there, or her sister. And there's a bunch of other CrossFitters out there, primarily like the female CrossFitters, and they won.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, it's interesting that they're like calling them the CrossFitters or the whatever, and they're acknowledging that publicly. But what they're really saying is they actually don't like do our thing. They do their own thing, and then they come in and they do our competition.
and that's why
right?
I'm annoyed.
Right? They're openly acknowledging it too.
No,
which is
they're
funny.
not. Just high rocks so far.
Okay,
So
I should
far.
say just high rocks.
Just high rocks.
Yes.
So far.
Yeah.
That's why I'm annoyed. I want these companies to come out and be like, yeah, this person won, and by the way, they're a CrossFitter. Like if you do the investigative research, or you just follow them and you go beyond their individual posts, and if you go to Emily Rethwell's Instagram, who just podiumed or won strongest with it's Hunter McIntyre's thing that he's doing. And like they did, like she's a CrossFitter. She just went to the CrossFit Games on team.
Yeah.
And then 4 months later, she's doing this competition and like podium. Like, come on, guys. And I know Hunter's not. I listen to his podcast. He talks about it. So like he's not. Okay, we'll put him up there with high rocks. They openly admit it, which is fine. I'm just saying some of these other ones, as they come up, they're cool. Do them. If you're participating in them and you win, don't just I do CrossFit. I've done CrossFit. I'm very fit because of CrossFit. It's just pay the dues. You know what I mean? Just pay the dues to where it's owed.
Yeah.
Like Maddie Rogers. Like Maddie said this line that I've heard it before. I think in the context of her, it was fucking dope. And she just like, I walked so they could run. And she's talking about all these girls who are coming up now, like Olivia Reeves. It's phenomenal weightlifter, but like, who knows if there would have even been an Olivia Reeves if there wasn't a Maddie Rogers, right?
Yeah.
And that was sick. Again, goosebumps talking about it. That was fucking sick. She's the GOAT, dude. And like for her to come through, do what she did, and like just all the stuff, and like one of the other things I'll touch on too, because we're talking about like just things in the CrossFit space, and we're going to get to the semifinals. People, we read all the paper. Don't stay with us. We just want to talk. We want to make the show good. But one of the other things that is interesting is when she bombed out of the one like pretty substantial qualifying meet.
Yeah.
She lost her health insurance. She lost her stipend. Like Amy talks about this. And then Amy had to fundraise to get to Worlds or whatever. She had to fundraise. Maddie Rogers had to fundraise to get the Worlds to pay for this stuff because it's not cheap,
Wow.
And it's like one meet, you lost all your dollars. I just want to highlight that because I was like, some of these fucking CrossFitters, dude, are just like, oh, I want more opportunity. I can't believe this money. Oh, we'll put Emily. I'm gonna call her out, and I don't know what's going on. But Emily Rolfe's husband, it was all over the internet. Okay. This is fair game. Okay. It was written by him. And you hear the drama. You hear like I'm just paraphrasing what I saw happen. It's like, don't talk about my elbow injury from WFP and rightfully so, right? She doesn't want to lose sponsors. She doesn't want to lose income. I understand that. But at the end of the day, like, bro, Maddie Rogers lost everything because of performance. Because of performance. Yeah. She lost her Nike sponsorship. That's why she's with Tier now. Like, bro,
that's crazy.
And they did her dirty because they released those black and gold Nikes that they said they wouldn't release. That's a whole nother issue. And they needed to give her royalties for that, but I don't think they did. Who knows what her contract said? Also, we don't know. She might not even deserve any money because she signed a bad contract, or she doesn't have she signed a good contract, just doesn't have the money to enforce it. There's a lot of things there.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even make speculation. Who fucking knows? Either way, she's now with Tier. And yeah, it's crazy to think about though. Like the one competition ruined her income. And then you got all these babies crying about stuff. I don't want to call them babies. I understand why, but still, like, just, I guess, context, if you're that person or somebody, cough, gee. Yeah, just perspective, I guess. It was really cool. It was cool to watch. If you have, the interest, you can make the time. If you have the interest, it's sick. But yeah, that was the little rant of what's going on. And it is cool that, like, because we're going to talk about the semifinals coming up, and already, like, when I was running, I was thinking about it because we read through before we started our conditioning, and it's good to have opportunities to compete. I've been thinking about this even more because we had people. It's hard, man. We had people do the Fittest of the Coast in the gym, and obviously we have our online people who it's pretty easy for them to continue and do all 4 workouts for 4 weeks, which was exhausting. It reminded me of the Open, and I'm so glad that the Open is 3 weeks. The taste of Fittest of the Coast gave me PTSD of the Open. And I was like, dude, I don't even know how we did this for 5 weeks every week. What in the world?
Yeah.
But yeah, mad props to our members and just everybody who's I don't want to say recreational, but somebody comes to class and maybe does a little extra, is not like one-on-one spending 90 minutes to 3 hours in the gym training and trying to get better. Just like an hour to 90-minute person. Dude, props to you if you did Fist of the Coast and you did all 4 workouts, because that is hard. Having enough energy. And if you redid a workout because you want to get better, I know some people are psychos and they'll just redo workouts anyways, but for the people that like signed up and challenged themselves, and this goes for anything, and this is why like even like the Lifetime fitness thing and like the burn stuff and High Rocks and the Strongest or whatever, and like just whatever fitness challenge that's out there that is functional fitness or work capacity across broad times and mole domains, which is what this stuff is. Good on you for taking on that challenge and doing that endeavor. And especially I want to say I don't want to call them weekend warriors because I feel like they're beyond that. Yeah. Because they're actually training for something. Whereas like the weekend warrior definition to me is like somebody who does nothing all week and then goes and tries to fucking on the weekend. And it's like, dude, you are well unprepared. Like that's the weekend warrior to me in the definition versus the people who come consistently to class or a training program or, personal training or whatever it is in any group class that is, and tries and puts in the effort and wants to get better and build. And I think that's super notable So I applaud you if you're
Yeah.
listening to this. If you are listening to this and you know someone who did that, make sure you tell them they did a good job and good work on finishing what you started. Because on Monday, I didn't want to do that workout at all because I knew Sophia and I had no chance of qualifying for fittest. But like I told Cody, I was like, well, let's set up, dude. I'm going to finish what I started. And I think that's notable in itself. And anybody who did that, you should be proud of yourself. Because I'm proud of myself, and I think you should too. It's good. I got Ricky texting me. He wants to, because he learned how to wall walk. He's he's out here gonna do it again tonight. He's like, do you think I should?
Oh, he is for
I was
sure.
like, yeah. I was like, give it a go, dude. You learned how to wall walk. Like you did 0 wall walks 4 days ago, and now you can do.
He did like 14.
Yeah, now you can do 14.
Bro, you crushed it.
Yeah, give it a go, man. Like whatever. You know, as long as your body feels good and you're not gonna hurt yourself and you don't feel like it's dangerous. Like, let's go. Give it a go.
Yeah.
You know, look at these guys giving me props. Thanks a lot, Sophia. Good job finishing when you started. Sophia, it was nice of you because I was like, she texted me. I was like, she's said, my favorite thing to say, 365 days until hockey tryouts. I was like, yeah, I'm going to try to find somebody who was in the 40 or 44 division next year to be partners with instead of this 19-year-old girl. And I was like, and she's like, why? And that felt good. I appreciate it for having faith in me and being like, dude, it's good. We can still be teammates. So that felt good because you've gotten good.
Oh, we lost him. We can't hear you, Heather.
And we're back.
Oh,
I don't know what happened. That was weird.
That's weird. Can you hear us, Tyler?
And he's back. Yep. Yeah, we can now.
Weird.
Weird.
I was trying to pull up a comment and I guess I don't know. Something happened.
You hit the wrong button.
Good job on attempting to finish the workout you started. Thanks, bro. He's talking shit because I didn't finish the workout. 6 Come on, bro.
What a jerk.
No, that's funny. Good job, dude. Hey, way to get me. I love it.
Oh my God.
See, I respect that from Cody because he's out here doing the hard work with me. And like, he did tell me after the workout, and I've been telling everybody this because I'm proud of it, how he loved like my positioning and my wall walks. And that was cool because, over the summer, if you guys go watch old episodes, Marissa and I have been working on my inverted positions. So that was pretty neat, So thanks a lot,
That's
dude.
so
You can talk shit because you're also giving compliments. It's fair. CJ. That's what I meant by the war of attrition, Harley. What did Harley say? Did he get up in here?
No, she's saying that's what he said. I'm guessing he said that some other time.
Oh, he's talking about like him getting to the semifinals. Yeah. Cool. You guys got anything to add about that? Fitness challenges and training and how we view things? I would like the respect of people saying, hey, bro, I do CrossFit.
Yeah.
I always say I was a bias too. Just,
But like, why not say that? Like, what are you gaining out of keeping that back? Of like,
no idea.
What marathon runners like, I ran a lot. Like, good.
Marathon runners like, I did a bunch of cycling to do this. It's called Cycle Bar, and I was really getting after it, and I just am the Cycle Bar champion. And then like they're running though, like also.
Yeah.
And they have a huge extensive background, but they were doing cycling leading in and they just didn't run. I don't know. That's a poor analogy, but it's kind of like what's happening. Mm-hmm. It's weird. You would just be like you said, yeah, I was running. Like, yeah, I was doing a lot of CrossFit style stuff.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't hurt anybody. And it only helps people. Because
do you think that people aren't acknowledging publicly that they're doing CrossFit? I feel like it's more like the
comment in the chat. Comment in the chat.
I feel like it's the other programs that are saying that what they're doing is different.
There's that. Yep. I think people. Yeah, I think people are saying. I mean, we meet tons of people who will say that, like in normal life.
Say what?
Like I'll be talking to
doing CrossFit.
Yeah. I'll be talking to someone at the coffee shop, and we'll be talking about how I own a gym locally, and I'm like, oh, what do you do for fitness? And like, well, I go to this class, and we do like some burpees and like front squats and like it's functional fitness. Well, I've had this conversation like 100,000 times.
Maybe those people don't know what CrossFit is.
No, because I legit, and me, I go, oh, so you're doing CrossFit. And they go, no, it's not CrossFit.
Well, because they're not in a CrossFit affiliate, maybe.
Sure. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just
I know.
saying.
I'm just saying,
my
like
life-
they maybe that those type of people, it's
Yeah.
like ignorance of
You
what
got to talk
CrossFit
to more
actually
people.
is.
Yeah, 1,000 times out of one.
100,001 times.
Out of all the times.
Yeah.
CrossFit knows.
Yeah.
People just say it. I get it. They're
Yeah.
just,
I mean, I know what you're saying. I think it's more
yeah.
ignorance than anything.
No, you're giving people too much credit, dude. Classic Heather. Let's be nice to people.
I genuinely think they don't know. Like they're just like,
do.
no, well, they're not in an affiliate.
Wait,
so they're
wait.
just
You don't
like,
think Lauren Weeks knows?
oh, okay. Well,
Come
no,
on.
you're not talking about Lauren Weeks. You're meeting
I
off
am.
the street.
No, but I'm saying
in a
on
coffee shop.
Yeah. I was using that example, but also like all of these people out there on the internet, like Hunter McIntyre, for example, he talks mad shit about CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
But you watch his YouTube, he's doing CrossFit.
Right.
And he knows he's doing CrossFit. And he tried to go do the CrossFit games and he couldn't walk on his hands. And he does talk shit about certain characteristics and facets of CrossFit, but he also does CrossFit.
So he talks shit about it because he was bad at certain.
Well, he also sells, so he was bad at it. He sells his program. He competes in high rocks and Spartan racing and like now has the strongest thing, which is fucking sick. And you will excel at that competition that he has because it's CrossFit. And it's a bit like CrossFit saying it is. Yeah. He's doing a bit because he's trying to make money and sell what he's trying to sell. Just like we make money off of CrossFit, but FYI, we could do any type of training we want. We have a high rocks program. We could do personal training. I coach a guy who's going to do a bodybuilding competition. Like we coach all types of people. I've coached runners in running, like as a trainer or a fitness coach or a strength and conditioning coach, whatever you want to call it. I've coached so many different people in so many different modalities outside of CrossFit, and they all have so much carryover. And because of what's happened, like you can't turn back the clock and change the times and go, well, CrossFit never happened. Greg Glassman never did what he did. Like the fact remains, the reality of what happened, our history is that he brought these things together and made a training methodology that has proven to be superior. And if you take compound lifts and aerobic movements and some calisthenics and throw them all together in a smart, progressive way, and you build and you have virtuosity, you get insanely fit. And then all these other methods and programs come along and try to steal that idea. And they find out quickly that, doing thrusters and burpees is really effing potent. You know what I mean? And it's funny to watch like them reinvent the wheel or like, oh, look at this cool training, like hybrid athletes, dude. Crazy to think that if you run and lift weights, you're going to be more fit.
Wow.
It's like, okay, so Helen, Nancy, like some of the most classic CrossFit workouts are predominantly running based with weightlifting components. And people be like, well, it's only 95 pounds overhead. It's like to do 75 overhead squats at 95 pounds effectively and get a good stimulus. You, as a male, you have to at least overhead squat 200 pounds and have that barbell be 50% of that 1 RM. So there's a strength backing that allows you to express that fitness and do a 11-minute Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
Like to do, and then you got to have a running time, a mile running time, or a mile and a quarter, technically, of about 6-7 minutes. Yeah, 6:30 as a male, and overhead squat 200 pounds. That's what it takes to do that mixed modal thing. And if you separate those two and just run the 6:30 and overhead squat 200 pounds, that's hybrid training. You're just training the individual characteristics, which will give you the ability to do the mixed modal work. And if you look at all the CrossFit journals, that's talked about. This is why I get annoyed because maybe I know too much. I know too much, and I need to just stop. I know too much. Running always been the foundation. Yes, it's the most programmed CrossFit workout, the 5K run. And Murph is a way, if you do it correctly, has a weighted vest, and you do it in order. It's freaking the first ever high rocks. But look at it. I'm feeling pretty good about my Nancy time now. Yeah, I mean there are people who do Nancy in like 9 minutes, so there's that. But 11 minutes is pretty good. I would say under 15 minutes is very good. Like 200 2-minute 400, 1 minute to do the 15 overhead squats for 5 rounds. I feel like that's cool. Like that's not a competitive time, right? For competitive exercise, but that's a very fit time.
Mm-hmm.
Even under 20 minutes, dude, for like
Dude, I
most
feel like we did
GPP people.
Nancy like every month for the first like year that I went.
Yeah, because
did
Judd
CrossFit.
loved it. I feel like
I
he
like
loved it.
hated that workout after the first year. Of
I literally
CrossFit.
did that workout probably 4
I
times.
know.
He liked running a lot. We would do Helen a lot. We would do Nancy a lot. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
1 minute, so generous. Listen, we're talking about generally fit people. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. You should talk about the one thing we talked about in the gym.
Oh yeah,
And
then we'll get into
talk
semifinals.
about the semifinal.
Okay.
Thing.
All right. I guess this plays into most of what we're talking about in general. It's just like training and like feeling good about your training. Cause like I say all these things about these other things. I just want people to give credit where credit's due. And I'm tired of like watching, I don't want to say everyone, but a vast majority of people right now, because they're trying to have a bit like Hunter or, sell something or make their brand and everything else. It's okay. It's not going to hurt your personal brand or your image or you as a human if you just say like, yeah, I did a bunch of CrossFit and that's why I stomped you out. But I also do this training methodology now that I really enjoy. And I think that's true with like CrossFit to High Rocks. I see a lot of people, and like you could sit back and be negative about gymnastics or their weightlifting capabilities. But dude, to do High Rocks like really well, you're fucking beast, bro. That thing is hard.
It is hard.
Same thing with this other stuff like that we're seeing out there coming up. It's good. More fitness challenges, please. Just stop being weird about it all. Like, because back in the day, old school, this was the craziest thing to me. You would have people, I don't want to say their names, because we got in trouble last podcast for saying people's names. We would have people who were trainers or coaches or instructors, whatever you want to call it, in other disciplines that would come into CrossFit. Yeah, CrossFit. We already talked about the Lifetime Fitness Games. I included that in the Burn Boot Camp that Barbell Spin posted and the High Rock stuff. But yeah, the Lifetime Fitness Games look fucking fun. So like, if you're about it, get about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be like, I don't do CrossFit. No, you did CrossFit. Anytime you're doing burpee box jump overs, just like stop, dude. Dual dumbbell devil's press or double dumbbell snatches. Stop. It's
All right. Okay, go on.
Shoulder to overheads. Stop.
Russ already just called us out and said, why weren't we both better runners? Because we did a lot of Nancy.
Dude. Because I would just skip those days and only coach them. And you've seen Heather's stature. So there's that.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, F45. There we go. That's another one. Gave Noah Olson and Kenny Leverage a bag of money. That's true. Yeah, good on them, dude. But they also like had to wear the F45 thing. And yeah, Marky Mark does CrossFit, bro. I've seen his videos. The guy's
he
wild.
does.
He's sick. Good for him. Anyways, what were we saying? Oh yeah. So we were just talking because I had an athlete text me. He's gonna know who he is. And it's totally fine. It's good. It's good, awesome learning. And we have athletes in the gym. We talked to a little bit about, and like Meg won't get mad. We talked to Meg about it too. And it was hilarious because he texted me and was like, I really need more, because he crushed his time on the Fittest of the Coast qualifier. Absolutely killed it. It was sick. And his thing was, I need more workouts like that to know that I can do this type of working out, I guess, is the way I interpret it. Obviously, we have like more conversation. But then I asked that question to Meg, and Meg's like visceral response, because she's like that. She needs more confidence in things. And I was like, okay, let's take this analogy. If you run in a 58-second 400-meter run one time, or you snatch a barbell that you snatch one time, and it doesn't look all crazy and like, it's like good technique, perfect. You run, you feel good, maybe you throw up in the end. Why do you need any other information that you can do that? Because you just did it. Like, you physically made it happen and you did it. That should be the only confidence you need. And then you just need to line up everything you did, whether that's rest and recovery, deload, whatever it was that set you up for that success, and figure those things out, set yourself up and try to replicate it. But you don't need it more because you already did it. That should be enough of the confidence. Like,
yeah.
And so I asked Megan, she was like, oh shit. She's like, I don't really know why. I don't really know why I said that. And it was good because she like thought about it. I was like, I don't know why I need more. You're right. That should be the one
And
time.
I think a lot of athletes think like that. Like when you were telling me that that was a conversation that you had, I don't want to say like blew my mind, but it kind of blew my mind because I think it's like, it's true. Like people actually keep saying, I need more confidence. I need more repetition. I need more. And it's like, well, you've done it. And it's, I think just reminding people that of that is
Well, yeah. Also, you know how many people say the classic saying, I lost my double unders.
right.
Where'd they go? Fell out of your pocket? Like,
Yeah.
what's that? I lost my double unders.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's a safety thing. I think they say confidence, but they understand, like, because if they really needed confidence in it, they couldn't do what they did. So they were able to do it. So when they say like, I need that for confidence, or I need those confidence things, it's like a safety jacket for them because they
So
know
it's like,
that they
don't do it
can do it.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like what CrossFit's saying is the inverse here. What if the data point day was actually terrible though? Like physically I'm stronger, but I went, yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like, it's going to go up and down because you're a human being. And that's what I meant by the first like caveat of like, you have to now replicate what led you into that day. Was it a better game plan? Was it better nutrition? Was it sleep? Was it recovery? Was the training load 3-4 days prior to that lower? Did you peak for it? Like, did you run a progression? Like, you have to like evaluate all of that to figure out what you did. But the fact remains that you physically got up in there in that mix and did it. Like your body is your mind and body are capable of doing the thing that you did. Like Cody's saying, so I can clean and jerk 360 after my 360 clean at RPE. Maybe you have to do it one time. And once you do it one time, you should carry that confidence into going like, that's very tough,
Yeah,
but
that's possible.
But yeah. I did it. My human body is capable of doing it, which is also, now that I think you just said it's possible, I just thought about this other layer. Dude, we watch people do something like the Roger Bannister effect. All these runners were trying to break the 4-minute mile.
Mm-hmm.
He broke the 4-minute mile, and then it was like 43 runners, like the next 4 months broke like some crazy number, broke the 4-minute mile. And it's like, they needed to see him do it before they did it.
Yeah.
So like, even it works in that, like you see somebody else doing like, well, dang, they did, I could do it. Why not? Oh, I did it. I can do it. Like, I don't know why that's not like a thing. Let's see what it says here. Totally relatable statement by Cody. Let's see. What did Cody say? Oh yeah. I already said that one. All right. Let's see what,
Well, I think,
I don't think there are any numbers or reminders that will convince them. Yeah, probably not. Fell out of my pocket. Too many people train unconsciously. That might be it. Too many people train unconsciously. See, they don't even know how fast they are or aren't moving to have the confidence. But if you video it, you could just learn.
But
it's you doing it. You're on video.
But that's exactly I think that's exactly it. It's like people are just in here training like unconsciously, and they don't know what like their pace is or what they can actually do.
Yeah.
Right. And so then, even though they've done it and they've shown the data that they can do X, they don't even sometimes, I think, even get it or know. I mean, I think it's easy to acknowledge it when it's like, oh, you've done one ring muscle up, or you've done a, 170 pound snatch, or whatever it is, right? Like you can make that argument for the one singular thing. But when you're talking about like just fitness broadly and paces and, oh, you can get that score, right? We talk about that a lot when we're like breaking down qualifier workouts. It's like, well, how do you break down your times? What are your splits? Or is that actually, is your plan actually something that you physically have done in the past? And I think a lot of times when you talk about that through athletes and like that whole process, they're like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. And I'm like, well, you've been training. Like, what do you, they don't actually acknowledge that of their own fitness, I think. So it's getting them to train more consciously. I was just having this conversation with an athlete yesterday when we were doing EMOM Club, and I was watching them in the middle of it, and I was kind of stopping and coming over and talking to her because I'm just like watching her just like go through the motions of like her weightlifting. And I'm like, okay, weightlifting, like you have to be, it's like we're not just CrossFitting. Like we're actually trying to be intentional with every lift and every movement and every single repetition that we're doing to get better. And it's like, if we're not doing that, we're just doing reps to do reps. You're not going to get better, like, or your progress is going to be really, really slow. So I think sometimes even bringing that back to athletes and reminding them of that instead of just like, oh, I just coming into the gym to just do work.
Yeah. I like this comment too. It layers in a little bit what we're saying. It's like, I think the workout format of CrossFit makes it harder to do, right? It's not just, hey, my max deadlift is better because I'm approaching it easier. And it's like, yeah, sure, your metric of the max deadlift could be better, but then you got to do it like the the mixed modalities cloud that. And that's kind of what we're arguing. And this layers back to what I was saying about the hybrid athlete. Like you are weightlifting and you're running, or you're overhead squatting 200 pounds and you're running this mile time. And then you got to test it together and see if you're actually fit in the demands. And like the demands of play and sport are so muddy, right? You could be, let's just take like baseball. You could be a shortstop and doing grounders and get every single grounder in practice, right? Coaches help me out. And then in the heat of the moment in the game, there's other variables. It's never consistent. You might be on a travel and the grade is different. Like somebody messed it up. Like there's so many things. Someone might be using a like aluminum bat or a wood bat or a left-handed hitter. Like there's so many different variables. And though there are less variables than CrossFit, you still train, those scenarios. A good coach coaching baseball is going to put a shortstop through all of those variables, right? So a good coach in CrossFit is going to help athletes go through different combinations and variables. And the training program itself, being constantly varied, not random, allows the opportunity for these pairings. Let's just take the example of like the deadlifts and cleans and wall walks. While inverted movements and deadlifts are most commonly paired. So even though it's a wall walk and a deadlift versus a handstand push-up and a deadlift from the derivative of Diane, or you have cleans and wall walks, which is also a workout from the open, those cleans and handstand push-ups, you kind of know these pairings. And the pairings, because of the training program, become very common, and you create what I always call is characteristics. I learned that word from Nick Fowler. I would argue with him about it because I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, and it frustrated the shit out of me when I was a really green coach. And on here, if he ever hears that, I apologize for not just like understanding what you were saying. And these characteristics, you start to learn and create movement trees. And I always joke now, I'm like, you're going to do a burpee again. Don't worry about it. So as you collect data of these characteristics, whether it's an individual movement or lifting, or it's combinations, couplets, you start learning about couplets. When I do deadlifts and an inverted skill together, it messes me up pretty good. Then you try to figure out why and what is the sticking point there. And then you get really good at that. You go, let's try it in a triplet, and the CrossFit programming lends itself to this quote unquote progression of how you build yourself to be resilient to whatever variation comes up. And at this point, like if you do CrossFit long enough, there's no new variation. There's no new variation. Like no one's thinking of it. Even how fun the rogue workouts look, none of that has a variance of movement selection when we look at just like movement. Yeah, what's up, balloons? I gotta change this. I gotta get a different camera so this doesn't happen anymore. I'm using my Apple. So like the log clean and press is still a clean and jerk. Yes, the implement is different, but it's still a clean and jerk. And even if you don't get the exposure of the clean and jerk with the log, you're going to be okay to do it if you've done like heavy ass dumbbell clean and jerks because your hands are in neutral position. If you've done a sandbag, you've rolled it up your body. There's the factor of the translatory movement patterns that Greg has always talked about. And so there are ways to build out this stuff, and really good coaches do it. I have a huge library of things where it's like, I was talking to an athlete the other day and saying, ring muscle up. And like ring muscle up down from there, pulling strength is like, there's like rope climbs and toes to bar and toes to ring. And then you go down from there of like V-ups and sit-ups and GHD sit-ups. And like you just move down the list and they all flow into the prime movement is like, well, technically a strict ring muscle up that I have at the top. But, you just move down from there. And I use that context of how to build robust athletes. It's similar like the level method, if you ever looked at that for like GPP. And I thought about this I didn't learn this from CrossFit. I learned this from martial arts, like the belt system. And that's where Level Method gets the belt system from.
That's like what's his name did with the gymnastic system.
Yeah. Same
Yeah.
idea. Yeah. Nick Sorrell.
Yeah.
With the gymnastic system. But like, and I just, in my mind and on paper, I've written it out. And now it's like, it doesn't change because it doesn't. Like those are the regression and progression of movements and movement selections. And you just grow people through that as best you can. The one variable would be like speed of a movement and the number of reps that are being asked and the loading parameters. But, you know, if you just get someone maximally strong within a relevance of strength and you get somebody maximally in their gymnastics, like repeatability and their 1RM of max set unbroken, you're probably going to be fine throwing it back together. And a little secret here. I mean, if you watch it recently, I really enjoyed this YouTube as well. The HWPO with Matt Frazier and Alex Kazan and Justin Kotler. And at the end, if you just scroll to the end, he kind of, I wonder what was said when the cameras were off. I'm very curious, but I thought it was good. It was a good depiction because he's asking Justin Kotler of like, what'd you want to get out of that metabolic conditioning session? You know, and like, really, what are you trying to do? And like, he was explaining that maybe there should be a little bit more rest because the speed of the movement. And there's ways you can manipulate each singular session to get the results that you're looking for. And you could just do sessions for the sake of doing sessions, like, you know, CrossFit or get me less fat, like, or get less fat like me. Yeah, you could. And like any type of training that is moderate to high intensity, that has compound joint functional movements paired together, and you don't lack a modality or energy system, you know, it will do that. But if you're trying to improve or progress and there's a sticking point, like, you can't just do that. And I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. Matt did kind of rough up Kotler a little bit. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay for coaches to rough up other coaches, because we do need to challenge our thought process. This was something I thought about the other day too. I was like, I want somebody to do something new. I'm tired of like everyone's saying the same thing. Like, we gotta do something new, because I think there is an evolution of training. I think it's already happening to a degree. I think even Matt has evolved, even him having that interaction with Justin. I think if you had him a couple of years back when he was with Mal or Jason Hopper, it would have sounded different. Yeah, it's an improvement. I think it's good from my perspective, and I would love to see what was left on the cutting room floor of that YouTube. It was sick. 2 YouTube recommendations to watch. Matty Rogers and the HWPO one. It's good. But yeah, long-winded, but I thank you for that comment, CrossFit. That was good, because I don't think it's as muddied as people perceive it to be, but it just takes a lot to flush that out for each individual person. And with that, 1 hour in, everything everybody wants to know about, because you probably didn't read the article on games.crossfit.com. You probably just looked at the oh so friendly Instagram and got the abridged version of the season, the CrossFit Games season, dates and details by division. So they're bringing it back. Let's go down to that. No. There's some tables. There's a lot of tables. There's a lot of links in here. You got to click to see more. It's great. Yeah, so first off, open. They brought back quarterfinals. We talked about that. That's great. 25%. Top 2,000 in the world go to semifinals. They announced that now at the semifinals, which we kind of already knew, they alluded to, they're going to have, well, what we didn't know is there's going to be teams back at semifinals, but then there's also going to be semifinal events for masters, which really hard to qualify for. I would only recommend if you were a masters that qualifies for something like that, and you're like, there's no way I'm getting to the CrossFit Games, then it would be a great opportunity for you to get going. And this was one of the big questions that people had. Let's just talk about the masters and the teams, which lays out the picture. Actually, what I think, and I'm going to make a lot of speculations here, is that because of this phrase here at the top where it says the opportunity to compete in person semifinals or the online, and then it says each in-person semifinals will have its own eligibility requirements. So eligibility requirements to me reads as not a qualifier. So, and we'll find out. I mean, they cut out TFX So they have NorCal. Let's just go through them so people know if you haven't already. So they have Mayhem in person, Legends Championship, which actually has individuals and masters in Del Mar. Mayhem only has individuals. Copa Sur in Brazil, the Far East Throwdown in Korea, Magic City, which is masters only, which is notable. Then you have age group online semifinals, French Throwdown in France, Torian Pro. So we have Europe, which is the France one, Torian Pro, Australia. Then we have the Renegade Games, which is South Africa. And then you have Syndicate Crown, which is in the East. You have Mad Fitness Festival, which is Indy and team for Spain, which is now Europe as well. So 2 Europe. Then we got NorCal Classic, which is individuals only. You have the team online semifinals, which is going to give you 7 teams there instead of the, was it 20, all 20 last year? And then you have the individual online semifinals, and you have the South America Masters only. So the cool thing to think about this, what I'm going to make some assumptions on when I look at this, is that you have 2 Eastern competition, North American East competitions that have team and individuals, and you also have an East Masters competition, which is the Mad City. Then you have Legends, that is a North America West that is doing Indies and Masters, and you have the NorCal Classic that is doing Indies, and there's no team for that, so that's the one wrinkle in there. So I'll have to figure that out. But then
There's no team on the North America West stuff.
North America West stuff, no team positions there. Then for the East, you have Mayhem Classic that has the Indies, and you have Syndicate, which has the Indies and the team. Then we look at South America, which has always historically only had one semifinal or regional, or sorry, not South America, South Africa. And you have individual and teams. So they got that region covered historically the same way it's always been.
Isn't South Africa in Korean Pro like Australia? Isn't that all kind of the same region?
No, they've always had a South African region, and they've had an Australian region. So Australia has everything. That's the key indicator, which I drew this conclusion from. Where is it? Torian Pro, because they have teams, indies, and masters. Right. Then Europe has, for the French Throwdown, they have teams, indies, and masters. And then the other one, which is, what was it? Spain. Gotta look for Spain right here. They only have indies, but you still have one of each in each old region, because you have North America West, North America East. Both have opportunities for masters and individuals. And then one of them has team. Then you have South Africa that has nothing other than the normal individual and team people that's had before. You have Korea or that area, Asia, as we used to know it, has individuals and teams, and the one spot, which has always had. And then you have Australia that has all 3 masters, teams, and individuals, which same number of spots that it kind of always has had historically. Then you have South America that has the individual for, forget what it's called. South America has the Masters for the Latin AM Masters, and then it has the Brazil one is the top. Yeah, here you go. It's Copa Sur, which has individuals and teams, same number of spots. So they've broken this down, and I think when it says in this, we can interpret that it has its semifinal event will have its own eligibility requirements in here. And then in the other, at the top here, when they explain quarterfinals, it says quarterfinals is the second stage of the 2020 CrossFit Games season. The pool of competitors will down. Top athletes in the open are invited to continue their competition alongside their community. And then you go into this little rough of the semifinals, the qualifying spots for athletes hoping to compete at the CrossFit Games. The top 2,000 men and women in quarterfinals will advance to the opportunity to compete at a semifinal or an online semifinal. So I think they're inadvertently or inadvertently rolling it into the geo walls, like CrossFit's saying, it lines up 100% based on what they're saying, because the verbiage. Because either way, they would then say they have everyone qualified. So for like last year, I don't think they're going to have that happen like they had this year, because I don't know how many people really enjoyed the fact that like NCC, you did a qualifier and then were, I guess, in there, and then TFX, same scenario, and then you got Syndicate that used the open essentially to weed those people through. I also don't know how much CrossFit enjoyed the fact that you could have multiple people at multiple ones trying to gain a spot and pushing people out. Because that's one of the things about growth. Like and we've said this on the podcast before, is like you can, because winners win, and that's totally fine. And I'm down with it. And if that's the game that we're going to play, that's the game we're going to play. But my ultimate gripe has been about the fact that people should not be able to like go to what's it called? Mayhem, because this is what happened. There were people who went to Mayhem, didn't do as well, and then went somewhere else and got on a spot. And fan wise, I think people like that because they want to see their person that at the games. But I think for growth of athletes and growth of development, you can't do that. So like for the growth of the sport, it's got to be like you're from this area, you go there. That was always a really good situation. It grew people really well and took care of that aspect of it. So I think,
well, and hopefully they'll capture that with the online qualifier, right? Like the people that go in person, I wonder if they'll still be able to do the online if they don't qualify.
Yes, you should be able, if you're in the 2000 from quarterfinals, I don't see why you couldn't. And that would ruin their dollars too.
Yeah.
I think all 2,000 people would be eligible. So then, I mean, that's a good point. Because if they do that, which they should, that would be silly business-wise not to. And give everyone the opportunity to compete and put it on the affiliates to make it really, really fun. And, because we talk about that Lifetime games and the Burn Bootcamp stuff that just happened. And, those things are inside of a Lifetime gym, inside of a Burn Bootcamp gym. And people signed up for that and did that and competed. Like that's the same thing as you competing in your affiliate. Yeah. So we're still promoting these really cool fitness challenges and events. I didn't include the strongest games because that was outdoors, but I mean, you could do it outdoors.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like they compete in person in their region, and then their only other opportunity would be also to do the online qualifier. So they'll get all the regional people, and they will keep the growth of the sport by bringing in new people. And then the people that have been competing in a long time, they would still be able to come in through the online qualifier, which
or if they miss their spot. So let's look at we were just on it, and it tells you how many people semifinals. So for the online individual semifinals, they're taking 7 men, 7 women. I would like to know if they're going to backfill that. Like, let's say that the top 7 people already qualify through one of these. I'm assuming they would, because then they'd only end up with X number of people at the games, right? And because it is the last stop shop.
Well, though, if it's the last stop shop, then those people probably won't even compete. Like if they've already qualified,
oh, that's a good
won't
point.
do the online qualifier.
I'm dumb. That's or if they just want to, they want to get up in the mix. Maybe there's prize money. Who knows?
Maybe.
But you're right. So you already know who's qualifying. So that's 7 people. Yeah, that's cool. And then the Masters, obviously in person. But there's 3 men, 2 women. So the hard thing here is where is it? Right here, age group. So they're going to take 20, 20, 15. See, that's what kind of sucks for the age groups, is that because there is these in-person events, they reduce the number of people, because they're going to take 30 masters, and they're going to take half through the online qualifier, and the other half are distributed
on the
to the in-person.
Yeah.
So if you're good, that's cool. I like that. That puts a lot of stress on masters athletes who, they have full-time jobs, everything else. I don't know how much.
Well, it also looks like too, from this online semifinals, the 35 to 39, 40, 44 is 15 and 15. So they're probably
they're taking half. No, they're taking 30. They've already said that.
So then the other ones are only taking 20. The
Correct.
other groups.
They've already said that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've already said those numbers months ago. And now they've distributed them across these, which creates an issue. The only issue I see with that and coaching so many masters for so long is that that's unfair to them and their life. And, you know, CrossFit doesn't care, but they have kids and jobs and everything else. And like, it's hard because the minority of athletes, like a Jason Grubb, he's so loud and vocal. And it's just like, read the room, my dude. Like or like even John Kim, who I know through, because in the 55 with our John, you know, that's all he does. He just does CrossFit, and that's fine for him. Like, he's going to go to one of these probably in person and qualify, or he's not and going to do online because he does better online. Who knows, you know, what he decides in his skill set. But like, it's because the masters have asked for these in-person events, you know, but again, it's like the loud minority.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the majority don't want this to happen.
Yeah.
You know, I would be willing to bet if we took a poll, it'd be 50-50. And it's like, well, if it's 50-50, we got to just keep it online. I know people, and you know what? It's like you fall victim of your complaints, because there are people who, like, in theory, I'm sure, are like, I wish we could compete in person. This is, we always have to do online. And like, they say that stuff. And then it's well, now you got what you wanted. And then they're going to get it. And they'll be like, I got to travel and I got to,
it's $500.
I got to pay $800 plane ticket. I got to then pay $1,000 for lodging and food.
Right.
And I got to get a rental car. And it's like, well, you didn't think about that when you were out here complaining on the fact that like there are people.
Well, now they have the option to do the online then.
Sure. But then it limits their opportunity.
Yeah.
Because they cut the field in half of qualifying spots.
You can't win, you know?
Well, you just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You first think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
And what that entails before you make a statement.
Right.
Right. And that's why I'm saying this is like, I don't know how many people who are masters have thought about, you know, other masters and their situations. You know, Val Overall never complained. No, she did not. She never complained. There are masters who have never complained, and there are masters who have. And that's one of my other grasps. But I never got on the CrossFit Athlete Council, so like I can't state my piece to CrossFit. Everybody's on there is like, yeah, more opportunities to compete. We got to get them out. Like, I mean, thank you, you guys. You guys all did vote. I had a lot of votes. I appreciate you. I tried to get on and make a change in CrossFit. You know, I do know that there are athletes who can, and I don't want to say complained, grievances, whatever. They're right in those complaints, and it needs to be taken in as information. The problem is it didn't get taken in maybe in a constructive way or listened to or whatever. But like, there are people who last year had to go, and like, this is their own situation, but had to go to an affiliate because it was required to do in an affiliate, which I think is great as far as like the online semifinals or for individual or masters or teens. You know, and that's tough. Like, if your gym's not an affiliate and you got to go to another gym and you got to ask them for help and everything else. I think it should be that way because it is CrossFit. That one barrier, I'm like, we got to get used to that barrier. But the other barriers are like, you know, having the L1 coach. I think it's a great barrier. I think it's important. Having two of them though for the judging. Oh, yeah, balloons again. Oh my God, twice. But yeah, like having two L1 judges. No, come on.
Yeah.
Having the one, I think having the one as the head judge is acceptable.
Yeah.
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
You can have anybody who took both judges courses judge you and hope that they're responsible enough. They don't need a level one. Now the head judge and the owner of the affiliate, for sure, I'm all for it, right? Because that makes sense. It does put burden on things, but you know, they got to make money. You have to pay. We got to get coaches and trainers and legitimize this thing. So like, there's got to be some legitimacy, and then there's got to be, you know, and I don't mind that there's these in-person comps. I think it's sick, but I also know that it's going to be a huge burden on a lot of people. And you've taken this opportunity away from masters and even teens. Like, kids don't want to give up their summer. Like, we got Luca, and he, like, hey man, good on him. He crushed it and he's training again. But like, to do this and compete, you give up your summer. I have complaints. Okay. Hey, look, I got time.
Surprise.
Heather's going to have to go coach, but I'm going to send you a link right now.
Yeah.
I'll love this. We'll get you on. You ready? You got it. Hey, you either get on.
He's
or you don't
ready.
get on.
He's ready.
I want to hear him. I think as long as Tristan's going to come with solutions though too, so that's good. Sometimes people, I'm like, dude, you can complain, but like, come on. Because my thing is like meeting somewhere in the middle. I think we do need this stuff. Like even like I said, two L1s, really? Jeez,
Well, then you also have like
well, it just got here. I don't even know what you're all talking about. We're talking about the semifinals, dude, and the Masters and the L1s and being an affiliate. It should be done in an affiliate. No problem. Having the Masters go to in-person events. Obviously, some people are going to go. I think the number of spots could have been changed. You can't hop on. He has to coach. He has a coach's meeting. All right. Well, thanks for seeing us. Hello, sir. Yeah, it's cool though. And it's what people ask for. So they're doing it. They're making changes. They released this. It's freaking October 29th. And we know the locations, the dates, who qualifies, how many like props did to CrossFit and creating this. And like I would really like, I mean, it is a variation of what they did last year. So also that too, there's consistency, and now we don't not know anything. There's no unknowns. Semi seems whack is what Tristan says. But it's cool. Like it fires me up. And like we started this whole podcast about fitness things and fitness adventures and fitness events and how they're good. And Tyler, you can chime in. I only muted you because there was like some banging in the background that I could hear. That's all. And like now we know. Now we can compete. I like told Meg, I was like, "You ready to send it, dude?" And I sent out some texts to certain people of like, "All right, we gotta go all in and get after this." So it's exciting to know and have the path forward. Mm-hmm. Any pitfalls? Tristan said it seems whack, but I kind of like it.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of how it's always been generally.
Well, yeah, when you break it down, it looks like it's like quote unquote the old 7 regions.
Yeah.
And if they're geo-fenced, that's great. If there's some through line of program design, which we'll get there, that would be awesome too. I like, I like watching the same workouts over and over and over with different people, but
you just don't like doing heavy Isabel 14 times.
Gee, you know what?
I feel like so many people did that workout multiple times.
If you did it because you went to different events and you were like, once you realized it was going to happen at other events, just stop going. Because I didn't mind it.
I mean, it was fun to watch. I'm not actually debating that. I just, as an athlete, I feel like that was probably.
I do agree with CrossFit. Either all need to be geo-fenced or none. And I think they should. They have the ability to. They have every region. There's no.
Yeah.
They have every region. And that's why, and I'm making that speculation and I broke it down. And if they don't do that, I'm gonna be like, wow, what a big miss on your end. You set all of this up.
Yeah.
Had every region, all the breakdowns. It's fair across, like these ones all have masters. These ones all have teams. These ones all have individuals. It's almost this exact same number. These ones in Asia and South Africa are the same. And like, if it doesn't happen that way, it's like, wow, you guys, you did all that work and you couldn't hit it out of the park. Yeah. Like, really?
No,
that blew my mind.
You're pretty spot on. I'm sure that's how it's going to go.
I would lose it. I lose it a lot. So just another thing to lose it about. What were you going to say, Tyler?
No, I was going to say the same thing. I like the setup. I like knowing. I think this comes back to like all of the complaints about the like how unknown everything is about the season that athletes have given. And so CrossFit's trying to get ahead of that this year. And like you said, like everybody loved regionals, and this is like a regionals style of the season. Mm-hmm. So I'm a big fan of it. I like it.
Great. Good. I do want to tell you guys in the open, they did give us a hint here on what we should train. Oops. Snatches, thrusters, muscle ups, toes to bar, handstand push-ups, and double unders as a few examples because people hit PRs. That's funny that's in there. I don't think that's anything to read into, but that was hilarious. I saw that. I was like, oh, significant PRs and snatches, thrusters, muscle ups, toes bar, handstand push-ups, and double unders. Well, what do you think we should train? Hilarious. Although that does indicate that like nothing is off the table.
Sure.
To a fair degree, that nothing is off the table for the open. And like last year, they kind of put a stake in the ground, and they are putting a stake in the ground right now, forging elite fitness. You know, maybe they don't do the quote. I did like the aerobic, even though I did bad at the first workout typically, but like the last 3 years maybe, where they did the aerobic style workout that was like muscle endurance, heavy aerobic. And it's inclusive for everybody and no like skill or weight limiter. I did like that. I think it's a cool part of CrossFit, and it layers in the pyramid of like metabolic conditioning and really hammering in like, hey, you got to be metabolically fit to like get up there in the percents, you know. But this might indicate that all bets are off.
But has there ever been a nothing's on the table for the Open?
Yeah,
Like what?
like the first 2021, they were like, oh, we're going to be more inclusive, and then they did double unders and wall walks, and then the following year was the wall walks, snatches, and box jump over. Like they've made, and then the year after that was dumbbell snatches and burpees over, and then last year was hang clean and jerks, burpees.
But how is that like saying they're not putting certain things on the table? Like,
it's not ring muscle ups out the gate.
Okay,
But
they're never
20,
not. But they're never
2015.
not saying they weren't going to.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yes, they did. They wanted more people to participate, and that was the whole conversation because they wanted more people to get into the Open and sign up for the Open. And they had the whole push of like, don't worry, it's gonna be, you know, fun and da 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 da.
That's fair.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Fair.
You just don't listen. You don't listen to that stuff because you're so good at everything that you just like, I don't need to worry about it.
I have you. I'm just kidding.
That's true. All right. And then the other thing I wanted to bring up, dude, at the bottom, hyped, and more people should be hyped. The CrossFit Community Cup. Woo, more opportunities to test your fitness participating. That is our most viewed in the shortest amount of time live. Cody and I and Mike Camarillo doing the live Community Cup. So we might return. We will return. I feel like the Avengers. They will return. Yeah. So the Community Cup, affiliate-based online competition to gauge where you sit against athletes and similar abilities. And we did a cool event here. Nate had to go ahead and ruin it.
Oh, don't say that.
He's fine now, so we can say it. But yeah, Community Cup is back, people. I'm excited. I think that it was the most fun, dude. And we made sick,
it was
like
fun.
little pennies. But this year I might make something cooler. Now that we know that it's out and ready to go. Oh man, Community Cup, solid. The workouts were solid. I'm hyped. I'm excited for that. It's fun. It's a fun time, and it can be fun. And it goes back to like the same thing as, you know, the very beginning, talking about these other fitness avenues and challenges and pushing yourself to the limits, no matter what it is. Like he says, whoa, what did I ruin? Oh yeah, my bad. It didn't ruin. We loved it. I still love it. You didn't ruin it. Yeah, it's sick. And I think that's cool. I think that's really cool for affiliates everywhere and your local community, and just trying to make it a big thing. Like it's an opportunity, and the quote unquote heavy lift of doing this event is so low. You don't got to make up the workouts. You don't have to have the leaderboard. Like it's all done for you through CrossFit. And all you got to do is come in, run the workouts, build some heats, have a good time, and push people to be better. And like ultimately that's what CrossFit's about. That's why we do the Open. That's why and you got to do the Open to get your ranking to do the Community Cup. And some people want to do the quarterfinals because they're going to make the top 25%. So you have this huge range of fitness levels, and it opens the door for all of these things. And as a CrossFit affiliate owner or CrossFit coach, you hold what people are trying to do. That's ultimately why Burn Bootcamp, Lifetime Fitness, the Strongest Games, any other of High Rocks, any other of these outwardly fitness endeavors, you know, the run clubs where they get in all these crazy runs and do these things. Like people who do fitness, they want to use their fitness in the thing that they've been doing, and they want to find their edges. They want to gauge themselves against other people, and they want to work hard. And this is a great opportunity for that, for everyone, not just the tip of the spear, but it also has created a cool opportunity. And we're back to the roots. We've finally gotten back to the roots of something that I know and love for a really long time, which is good, with some like new age style stuff and giving other event organizers opportunities to run events as well, and building something really unique and cool. And, people want to do those events. Like you see it all the time, like Fit as the Coast could be a semifinal one day. They do a good job. They get a little wild with their, I mean, sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But when he's like, "Oh, are you ready?" I'm like, "Okay, stop, please." Like it's cool one week, and then it kind of gets like, "All right, do something different." But still, they did a great job. They run a good comp. Their in-person comp is amazing. Got a lot of divisions, so like, it's cool to see things like that, and people step up to the plate and work hard to earn that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Burn 45 lifetime elite hybrid fitness
Invitational.
invitational
Research.
fun run for research brought to you by Jocko. Yep, exactly.
Nailed it.
Nailed
That
it.
was awesome.
Nailed it. That is it. Yeah. And if you guys get coached by us in your masters, let's figure out what we're gonna do. Have a good time. Let's go compete, throw down, get our knuckles dirty. And yeah, everybody else, look at, you got November, December, January. If you're a quarterfinals athlete, you got February. What else? Let me pull up the thing though, so I can make sure. It's right before April. So like even March, you got 5 months to get yourself right.
Yeah.
You got 5 months to work on what I say. They had it on listed: snatches, muscle ups, toes to bar, double unders. You got 5 months to make yourself a top 25% athlete. And if you have been trying to get the semifinals, you have about 6 months. Well, you've got to do quarters. So you got about 5 months as well to really sharpen that tool. Get you a little black dagger. If you guys haven't seen the Rogue Invitational, they gave them all little black knives. That's a cool story. We won't go over that. You could watch it on Rogue. It's cool. I like it. Knives are cool. Anyways, I like knives, dude. I like
Knives are
turtles.
cool.
I like
turtles.
They are cool though. Anyways, yeah, 5 months. 5 months. You can do some serious damage in 5 months in your fitness and make a lot of gains. And if you guys don't have a program, you don't have a coach, we have space. We can take you one-on-one. We will progress you, okay, and get you to where you need to go. If you wait too long, you're going to have regret. All right? You're going to have regret. Trust me. Okay.
One day or day one.
Exactly. And if you don't want to get coached by us, there's lots of great programs out there that you can sign up for, and we encourage you to do that. Also, go to your local affiliate if you're like, hey, I need some help, and you're inside of a class model all the time. Talk to your coaches that you see every day. Openly express to them, listen, I want to be 25%. I want to put it on the line. I'm scared, but I want to put it out there. And then tell them, share that with them. See if they bite, and get them to help you, because it's cool. It's a real good time. If nothing else, get ready for the Community Cup. You could do the Open and then compete in the Community Cup, move yourself up. And that's a way longer runway. If you're talking about the Community Cup, dude, you get like 9 months of training. You could be the Community Cup champion.
Nice.
I think Cody was like 5th or 3rd in the world.
Sick.
It's pretty sweet.
All right, friends. I got to go because I got to coach.
See ya. Thanks for listening and watching. Yeah. Oh, I did tell a little side note at the end. Last week we talked about Alexis throwing her back on GHDs. Do have to add this in there that she reached out to me. GHDs were a contributor. There were some other things as well. I wasn't there for it. I just heard what I heard, and I wanted to clear that up. So not fully the GHDs, but also my position as a coach, you shouldn't be doing a bunch of GHDs in general, not just her, lots of people. It's why gymnasts get the hyperextension of the spine, and they get those spinal fractures because they're doing a lot of high velocity global flexion extension as well. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Gossip. Not necessarily gossip, just misinterpreted the full facts and their witnessing of events, and that's just how it is, right? So corrected, and there it is. Not all of it was GHDs. Thanks for watching. Thanks for letting me do our redactment, as they say. in reporting. And we'll see you guys next week, where hopefully we'll talk about one of these cool topics we had from Mr. Harley Pesco Solido. Good luck to CJ. She's competing this weekend in the Lowlands competition. You guys can catch that online.
Yeah.
And check out the Rogue Invitational. It's sick. And also read through all of these documents if you're an athlete. Make sure you know this inside and out. You got to know the rules of the game of the sport that you're playing. And
True.
that's it. See you guys later.